it up together.
Scan the code on your screen now and upload any photo to get started.
Hey, let's see.
Simply position the image how you want it to look, and that's it.
It's got the Sherpa lining on the other side, so
Discover your new Hyundai right now at Lee Johnson Hyundai of Everett. Come lease a 2025 Hyundai Elantra for $254 per month for 36 months. Or check out the 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid, lease for $369 per month for 36 months. Or lease a 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid for $499 per month for 36 months. Now during Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, visit us today at Lee Johnson Hyundai of Everett.
Spinny Scrub is easy to recharge and store away, and with detachable cleaning heads, you can relax and let the Spinny Scrub do all the work. Scan the code on your screen and order your Spinny Scrub today.
He was a really good guy. I mean, he was everyone's friend.
Honoring a standout local athlete whose life was taken in a tragic car crash. How those closest to Brody Schillinger are keeping his memory alive.
The GU women fight to keep their postseason play alive in the WBIT. We've got highlights and reaction from their game against Colorado.
As rain moves out, we're talking near record heat in the days to come. We'll talk how warm we get and how long it lasts.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here for Krem 2 News at 6 on this Sunday. I'm Whitney Ward.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Today, a wrestling community came together in Spokane's Garland district to celebrate a young life lost. 19-year-old Brody Schillinger died in a car crash in February.
Krem 2's Regan Gallo was at a fundraising event held today to honor Brody's legacy.
In North Spokane at Revolver North, laughter, games, and togetherness kept the spirit of 19-year-old Brody Schillinger alive for all who knew him. One of 5 brothers and a passionate athlete who loved golf, track, football, baseball, and wrestling, Brody drove from Davenport to Spokane weekly to train.
When I started with Brody, you could see the intent in his eyes of what he truly wanted, and he never stopped living that, he never stopped being that, he never stopped embodying it.
Now his coach honors his memory.
So our kids and the people that we love don't die in vain. We have to celebrate them. We have to take everything they stood for, the way they lived, the way they carried themselves, the way they moved in life, and we have to celebrate that.
Brody's mom, Lacey Gustavson, says she remembers Brody as someone who loved being busy, whether it was sports or supporting his 4 brothers.
He just held his brother's sports up above everything else and cared. That's how much he cared a lot about how we did and how we were growing, especially as a family. He was always there. I mean, he was my older brother.
The family tells me Brody had plans to go to Washington State University and participate in club wrestling. But just weeks before the first day of school, his family says it was too expensive. Now Washington State University is partnering with the family to raise funds for a scholarship in remembrance of Brody, with hopes to allow other young athletes to pursue sports and an education, the chance that Brody did not have.
He was a really good guy. I mean, he was everyone's friend. Even people that weren't really related to us, he was their family.
In 2017, the family says they unexpectedly lost their 6-year-old son, Bo. Now Brody's mom tells me Brody and Bo can be together.
Brody's family says it's amazing to see people gather to support Brody's legacy. Reporting in North Spokane, Regan Gallo, Krem 2 News.
All right, switching things over to sports for a moment to talk about Gonzaga women and their game against Colorado today.
Caitlin Galloway is here in the studio tonight to give us all the highlights. Caitlin?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, while the Gonzaga men hoped for an upset yesterday, the Gonzaga women pulled off an upset earlier this afternoon in the WBIT tournament. They were taking on 1 seed Colorado, and the Buffs got out on a 10-2 run to kick it off. Leor Garson for the Buffs from 3, but the Zags worked to get it all tied up near the end of the first quarter, thanks to Taylor Dalton shooting 3s of her own. And it stays close in the second quarter. They lead by 1 point at the half. Claire O'Connor getting in on the action from 3. But the Zags pull away in the second half. Yvonne Ejim and Allie Turner both had 15 points, and the Zags upset 1 seed Colorado. They move on to the WBIT quarterfinals.
I think just being able to come in here in this environment, kind of with like the crowd and the team, their pressure, and just being able to handle that, I think that gives us a little bit of confidence. Like if you can come into Colorado and beat Colorado, that's big. So it's a commitment to them, but it also gives us a little boost of energy knowing that we can take on tough opponents.
Gonzaga travels to take on 2 seed Minnesota, Thursday, March 27th at 5 p.m. Guys.
All right, thank you very much, Caitlin. Let's take a break from the headlines to talk weather as there is a warm-up on the way.
Yes, Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo joining us now. And Jeremy, sounds like you've got some good news for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And today it started out a little bit cooler, a little bit wetter, a little bit rainier. Just stepped outside not that long ago and 51 degrees actually feels quite warm. So by the time we hit 70 degrees this week, we're talking balmy conditions. Yep, that's right, 70 degrees. Let's talk how we get there. A few scattered showers right now. Most of those up near the Y and Deer Park. Light moisture coming down, not near the organization or intensity we saw earlier in the day. We'll see a few more lingering showers overnight, most of those up in the mountains, but notice the Cascades and the Rockies. We're talking warm enough that it's all rain. Snow levels, they just keep climbing until they're non-existent. Through tomorrow, a few stray showers are possible. I think we might see a little bit of a light shower here in Spokane. Next couple of days, it's temps on the rise. 62 Monday, 68 Tuesday, 70 degrees on Wednesday. And it says a chance of showers, but it is a dismal chance of showers at that. I don't like percentages, but if I were a betting man, I would bet we are dry all day on Wednesday as we hit 70 degrees for the first time this year. Enjoy.
All right, I hope you're right, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Well, developing this weekend, a 14-year-old boy is dead and 4 people ranging in ages from 13 to 26 were hospitalized after a drive-by shooting in Moses Lake.
It happened on Friday night. Moses Lake police say they are now working around the clock to investigate. So far, they have executed at least 1 search warrant at a home off of Buell Drive, but they have not yet shared what evidence they have recovered. We'll make sure to bring you updates as soon as we learn more.
Starting as soon as Tuesday, the Washington Department of Natural Resources will conduct a prescribed burn on 422 acres of land near Lake Spokane Campground.
So the targeted area is the campground and a part of Riverside State Park. It will be near Highway 291 and Corkscrew Road. So if you do see smoke in that area, don't be alarmed. Coming up next here after the break, the Washington Department of Transportation wants your input on a pedestrian bridge. We'll let you know exactly where they're planning to put it coming up here in just 3 minutes.
We all love recipes with garlic, but trying to use an awkward garlic press makes a smelly mess. Introducing the Great Garlic, your ultimate kitchen companion for effortlessly crushing garlic to perfection. Just place a peeled clove of garlic under the grate, rock it back and forth, and say goodbye to tedious chopping and messy mincing. The Great Garlic ensures consistent results every time. Scan the code on your screen to order your Great Garlic today. This is a limited time offer, so scan now and find out for yourself just how great the Great Garlic is.
Hey, Blake Anderson here to tell you about this, the Flash Force Tactical Flashlight. Stick around because I'm going to tell you about this amazing free offer just for our TV audience. Or, if you really can't wait, just scan the code on the screen now to check it out. But let me just tell you how great it is to have the Flash Force. It's literally like no flashlight I've ever had. The white high beam LED is bright, super bright. You can see it from 2,000 meters away. Its built-in lithium battery charges up with USB-C, and it even has a level meter on the side to see how much juice I have left. I can even use it as a power bank to charge my phone. The telescopic zoom is so unique and cool. It gives you a range of lighting options to light up an entire area or spotlight on something specific. But here's the best part. Scan the code on the screen right now, and if you buy a Flash Force Tactical Flashlight, you'll get a second one absolutely free. It's only available for a limited time, so scan the code on your screen right now to get your Flash Force Tactical Flashlight today.
Stay tuned for a special free offer from Flash Force Tactical Flashlight. With its powerful telescopic zoom, the Flash Force Tactical Flashlight gives you a super bright light visible at a distance of over 2,000 meters. With 7 useful modes, plus a USB rechargeable battery, the Flash Force Tactical Flashlight is always ready to light up the night. And if you scan the code on your screen and order right now, we'll send you a second Flash Force Tactical Flashlight absolutely free. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. Scan the code on your screen to order now.
Idaho Smokehouse Partners out of Shelley, Idaho is issuing a recall for more than 29,000 pounds of beef stick products after customers found pieces of metal in them.
The USDA says so far no one has reported any illnesses related to the recall, but it applies to their 1.15 ounce vacuum sealed Chomps original beef stick mild flavor. The lot code for that product is 25016.
The company says they will not be able to narrow down distribution details by state, so they're asking all customers to check their products.
The Washington Department of Transportation is looking for community feedback on the design of a pedestrian bridge over I-90 in Spokane Valley.
It'll gauge the community's preference in bridge design and share the details between the truss and girder style bridges. If you'd like to fill out that survey, the department says it'll take about 5 minutes to do so. We have a link to that on our website. The survey is open through April 13th.
Looking ahead to next weekend, Scraps is hosting a free spay and neuter clinic on Sunday, March 30th.
But you'll have to register for the procedure, and they're only offering it to 100 household-owned dogs. The reservation fee is a refundable amount of $25, and the registration opens tomorrow at 9 a.m. on SpokaneSnip.com. You can visit our website to find that link as well.
Also coming up, the Tuesday market in Latah County is looking for interested vendors.
Any local farmers, artisans, or food vendors are welcome to attend an informative meeting about vending on Tuesday, April 15th at 6 p.m. It's going to be held at the Middle Events Room at the Latah County Fairgrounds and Event Center.
That event will allow organizers to meet potential vendors and give insight to those participants about what the market fully entails. You do have to RSVP though, so just call that number there, 208-883-2260. You can also email tuesdaymarket@uidaho.edu.
52 degrees puts us about dead on that seasonal norm, but we were under an atmospheric river a bit earlier. How about 1,500ths of an inch of rain? Pretty incredible. It says precipitation year to date, 1,900ths or 2/10. We're 2/10 of an inch above average. That's what that means. We've got the forecast up next.
Cleaning is a stressful chore. You can scrub by hand all day. There has to be a better way. Now there is with the Spinny Scrub, the revolutionary handheld spinning scrub brush that makes cleaning a snap. Make pots and pans shine. Deep clean your grout and tile. Even filthy shoes look like new. The Spinny Scrub is easy to recharge and store away. And with detachable cleaning heads, you can relax and let the Spinny Scrub do all the work. Scan the code on your screen and order your Spinny Scrub today.
We all love recipes with garlic, but trying to use an awkward garlic press makes a smelly mess. Introducing the Great Garlic, your ultimate kitchen companion for effortlessly crushing garlic to perfection. Just place a peeled clove of garlic under the grate, rock it back and forth, and say goodbye to tedious chopping and messy mincing. The Great Garlic ensures consistent results every time. Scan the code on your screen to order your Great Garlic today. This is a limited time offer, so scan now and find out for yourself just how great the Great Garlic is.
Hey, Blake Anderson here to tell you about this, the Flash Force Tactical Flashlight. Stick around because I'm going to tell you about this amazing free offer just for our TV audience. Or, if you really can't wait, just scan the code on the screen now to check it out. But let me just tell you how great it is to have the Flash Force. It's literally like no flashlight I've ever had. The white high beam LED is bright, super bright. You can see it from 2,000 meters away. Its built-in lithium battery charges up with USB-C, and it even has a level meter on the side to see how much juice I have left. I can even use it as a power bank to charge my phone. The telescopic zoom is so unique and cool, it gives you a range of lighting options to light up an entire area or spotlight on something specific. But here's the best part. Scan the code on the screen right now, and if you buy a Flash Force Tactical Flashlight, you get a second one absolutely free. It's only available for a limited time, so scan the code on your screen right now to get your Flash Force Tactical Flashlight today.
The state of Washington is on the cusp of deciding the future of its Pacific coastline. A request to build a new golf course and hotel in Westport is piquing the interest of golf fans and local leaders craving more tourism.
So could golf be the catalyst that sparks an economic turnaround? Jake Wittenberg with our Seattle sister station shares how environmental groups are trying to stop the project.
The Pacific Coast, a vast untamed connection between land and sea. Washington's 150 miles of coastline is always changing, but today a new divide is forming.
If we don't grow our economy out here is going to die.
Adrienne Jones owns Tides and Anchors boutique on the Westport waterfront.
These are fun, they're a steak brand.
Like many here, she's worried about the future of her hometown and family business.
We have a commercial crab boat. My husband's been on deck for, I can't even count how many years.
It's tough these days to create a lasting economy in Westport because of declines in the fishing industry, the town's rural isolation, and at 7%, the unemployment rate in Grays Harbor County is the third highest in the state.
We just can't physically do it right now in the winter months.
But could a newly proposed project up the road be the spark that Westport is looking for?
I'm hearing that we're going to get a golf course.
In nearby Westport Light State Park, developers are hoping that if they build it, golfers will come. These are renderings from the group Westport Golf Links, showing what their 18-hole link-style course would look like, where the invasive Scotch broom and shore pine have moved in over the decades. They see fairways and greens. This is what it looks like today, the approach back to the historic lighthouse. But if transformed into a golf course, this is what the land would look like, walking up the fairway to hole 17. But the State Parks Department must give its blessing first before any work can begin.
Something has to happen. That is 3/4 the land mass of the city of Westport and doesn't provide any real economic value to the city.
Does a golf course belong out there?
That is the question the entire town is struggling with.
Mayor Ed Welter is the latest local official, finding himself caught up in debate about reworking the coastal park. The State Parks Department says the area does include what's called extensive interdunal wetlands, ponds of water between coastal sand dunes. A golf course was tried here back in 2007 before the Great Recession, but funding dried up faster than a sand trap in August.
There's a lot of very usable land in that area.
Local leaders throughout Grays Harbor County are also banding together, urging the state to permit and approve the project, hoping a rising economic tide will lift all boats.
There is so much opportunity in Grays Harbor County for economic development, and we desperately need it. We need the jobs.
In Grays Harbor is just one community. Whatever happens good in Hoquiam is good for Ocean Shores, and whatever happens in Westport is good for Hoquiam. I mean, we're all in it together.
Ocean Shores is right there across the water. You'd feel the difference.
I think so, yeah.
Ocean Shores Mayor Frank Elduin believes the golf course would bring tourism and a much-needed fire break. His town was threatened by this fast-moving wildfire in 2013 that butted right up to people's backyards.
We could lose our whole community, really, with the right windstorm that goes on.
Doing anything with this.
But local environmental groups are threatening to stop the project.
It would ultimately destroy that park.
That's R.D. Grunbaum, president of Friends of Grays Harbor, one of two environmental groups suing to stop development.
That's the park.
He's been passing out flyers to convince the public it's bad for Westport because it restricts access.
You can't go here because that's golf course, and you have to pay in order to be there.
Then he says there's the environmental impact.
We're concerned for the addition of pesticides, herbicides. All of this water drains to the ocean and to Half Moon Bay.
The State Department of Ecology is also urging developers to pick a new site, saying a golf course could be too disruptive to the wetlands.
One of the things that you have to balance is what do you lose to gain?
But developers see it differently. They say this project has become as much about protecting the Washington coastline as it is about building a golf course.
It's a much broader topic than just golf.
Ryan Day is president and CEO of Westport Golf Links, the group trying to build the course. It's been a project 7 years in the making, and he argues the course would only enhance, not hurt, the natural habitat.
The amount of wetlands that we're going to create as a mitigation to those wetland impacts is going to be 3 times the amount of wetlands that currently exist.
Does it have to be golf?
That doesn't have to be a golf course, but they're the only guys that came up with a plan. And it's not a bad plan.
This is as good as it gets, and an opportunity to bring the most authentic form of Scottish links golf to Washington's coast absolutely will put us on the map.
A destination with a strong economy.
We just came out with our crab design.
Sounds nice to those who call Westport home.
I would ideally love to see my business open 7 days a week and to see it thrive.
But to do that,
we need to grow our local economy out here in Westport and continue to thrive so we can stay open.
along a coastline that's always changing by wind and by water, the future is also sculpted by choice over what Westport will become.
Very interesting. All right, the rain holding out strong, at least for the rest of the weekend. Jeremy, do you think it continues to rain through the night?
No.
Okay.
I think we're winding down.
Okay.
I'm more interested in Wednesday.
Me too.
Okay, if you haven't stuck around, I put 70 degrees back on the 7-day. I took it off. I'm getting cold feet. You know, I don't want to screw this up. 70 is a big deal.
It is?
It is a big deal. We're excited.
Yeah, if Wednesday I keep it on there. No, I'm kidding. Let's talk the forecast. I do really think it is going to happen. It's interesting the way this one plays out. I also have a rain chance on Wednesday. 70 degrees and rain. It's one or the other, and I'm leaning much more towards 70 degrees than I am the rain. Rain winds down, warmer days ahead, but does it last? No. We cool back down later on this week. However, 62, 68, 70, that is going to feel quite nice in the coming days. There's our stream of moisture working its way ashore, and this atmospheric river pattern is what brought us all of that rain as we moved through the first part of the weekend. That now winding down. Another little push of moisture over the Cascades, rain shadow in central Washington, regrouping here just north of town, a couple of stray showers. I think that's where we are. Not widespread, not heavy, but stray showers popping up and some of those lingering a bit longer. That's where we'll be tonight and through tomorrow. And it's likely we see a couple of raindrops here in Spokane and over in Coeur d'Alene and even up in Deer Park, even down across the Palouse, and then it moves out. Tuesday could be the pick day of the week if it weren't for Wednesday. Wednesday, maybe not as sunny as Tuesday, but still rather nice nonetheless. By the time we go from Tuesday into Wednesday, we will see clouds build. We will see that chance of showers, and those showers do keep popping up in forecast models. I think with the amount of energy we have and being under a weak ridge of high pressure, we really need that moisture to have something else to squeeze it out. That'll be the orographic enhancement given to us by the geography of our region. Mountains, that's a really fancy way of saying mountains. 62 tomorrow, a few scattered showers, 68 on Tuesday. It is going to be beautiful. Wednesday we hit 70. It's a little bit warmer, but 70 is a big deal. There's one raindrop on there. That's not important. What's important is our record high for Wednesday is 67 degrees, and we will beat that.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Coming up next in sports, the Gonzaga men may be out, but the madness is just beginning. We've got more on Washington State and the games coming up in Spokane after the break.
Scan the code on your screen now for this exclusive offer from HydroSpark Pro. Discover the new trend that's bubbling up as the future of hydration innovation. Get hydrogen-infused water now with the HydroSpark Pro. Fill it up, push the button, and in just 3 minutes, H2OMG, you've got hydrogen-infused water. And for a limited time, the HydroSpark Pro is 20% off. Scan the code on your screen and get the HydroSpark Pro today.
Hey, do you dread scrubbing away stubborn dirt and stains? I used to, until I found the Spinny Scrub. Let me show you why this little powerhouse is a total game changer. You can also scan the code on the screen now and find out more. This is the Spinny Scrub, your new best friend when it comes to cleaning. It's got a powerful motor that rotates at high speed, so no more scrubbing by hand. It comes with 5 different brush heads, so no matter what you're cleaning, you've got the right tool for the job. From your bathroom tiles to kitchen countertops and more, the Spinny Scrub has you covered. So if you want to make cleaning faster, easier, and way more effective, the Spinny Scrub is your answer. And right now, if you order today, you'll get 20% off. Trust me, your cleaning routine will never be the same. Go ahead, scan the code on your screen right now and get yours today. You'll thank me later.
Cleaning is a stressful chore. You can scrub by hand all day. There has to be a better way. Now there is with the Spinny Scrub, the revolutionary handheld spinning scrub brush that makes cleaning a snap. Make pots and pans shine. Deep clean your grout and tile. Even filthy shoes look like new. The Spinny Scrub is easy to recharge and store away. And with detachable cleaning heads, you can relax and let the Spinny Scrub do all the work. Scan the code on your screen and order your Spinny Scrub today.
Now, your Northern Quest Sports Desk.
Well, thanks for staying with us. With the second round exit in the rearview mirror, Gonzaga head coach Mark Few and the team now must turn their attention to next season. It'll be a tough offseason for the Zags, who have 6 seniors listed on their roster. These seniors include Caleb Battle, Graham E.K., Ben Gregg, and Ryan Nemhard. But don't panic, at least not yet. While the seniors took on most of those big roles on the court this year, the Zags did lean on Emmanuel Innocenti, whose few starts helped to refocus a few of those seniors. And he played good defense, too, the last month of the season. Also, Braden Huff transitioned to a starting role and made a pretty immediate impact. He had 18 points in the WCC championship and in the NCAA first round game against Georgia. Looking at the bigger picture, this is also the last season the Zags will play in the WCC, as they're set to join the Pac-12 officially in summer of 2026. They'll start Pac-12 competition in the 2026-2027 season. We'll keep you updated on transfer portal news as well. But if you thought that was the end of basketball season in the Spokane area, think again. Tomorrow, the Washington State women host the second round of the WNIT tournament after receiving a first round bye. They're taking on Utah Valley, who knocked off Air Force. Tara Wallach, that means she gets one more chance to take the floor as a Coug. That game tips off at 6 p.m. Monday. I'll have that coverage for you tomorrow.